thinking about getting into commercial real estate, but you really don't have a whole lot of money to spend, I'm going to show you a strategy to get into the commercial real estate space with just 3.5% down. What you're going to do is you're going to use a FHA mortgage at 3.5% down payment to purchase what's called a mixed use property. Now, when I say mixed use, I want you to think a building with an apartment space at the top level and the storefront building at the bottom level, or maybe a duplex where there's one side you can live on and the other side there's a small business attached to it. So this way you can either live above the business or live right next to the business. And this is how you can house hack and control a commercial asset all at the same time. To qualify for a FHA loan to get a mixed use property, 4 things have to happen. If these 4 things do not happen, this transaction is not going to work. First thing that you'll need is you got to credit and income qualify for the loan. At the end of the day, it is still a FHA mortgage and guidelines still apply. So you'll need a 580 credit score at a minimum. Now, ideally, we want you to have a 620, 640, 660 because the higher the credit score, the easier it is to get approved for a mortgage. The second thing that you'll need is steady and stable employment for 2 years. And then last but not least, you'll need your 3.5% down payment. So that's step 1. Is credit and income qualify for the FHA loan. And this is very important. It is a non-negotiable. Is FHA mortgages are not designed to help you become an investor. They're certainly not designed to help you to buy commercial real estate, but they are designed for you to purchase property to occupy as your primary residence. So you got to live in the house for at least 1 year. Please don't do nothing crazy and try to commit mortgage fraud. FHA was designed for home ownership, not for investing. And you don't want to be one of those people where HUD knocks at your door to try to see who living in the property to make sure you living in there like you supposed to, and then you're not, and then you get hit with a mortgage fraud and they call a note. And a smart loan officer is going to be able to sense if you're trying to finesse the system. So please don't waste your time. Just sacrifice that 12 months at a minimum to live in the property while you create income by controlling the commercial asset. And this is super important. It's called the residential majority rule. So if you're going to buy a mixed use property, FHA requires that 51% of this property must be considered residential in nature. And the appraiser that you're going to use to appraise the property to tell you how much it's worth is going to decide whether or not that is the case. If the commercial side of the property greater than 49% and takes up too much of the property, you will not qualify using an FHA mortgage. And last but not least, there has to be comps to support the value. This is where transactions like this can fall apart because the appraiser is going to go out to decide how much they believe the house is worth, but there has to be comparable mixed use properties nearby to justify what they are saying that it's worth. So no comps, no deal. One of the most powerful real estate strategies that nobody's talking about. You live in the property, rent the other side out or rent the commercial space out and let that property begin to earn income for you. It's inflation. Gas prices is high, grocery costs are high, interest rates are elevated. The cost to even get in real estate